Okay, here's how you do a Bible verse for a single citation. First, if you don't know the essentials of doing citations, guess what? Read your Hardbase Handbook. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. Take a gander. Once you go look at that, then we'll start on how to do single source citations for the Bible. Okay, notice that this is our quotation right here. Notice also it follows the same rules as integrating a single source. You have your quotation marks. The parenthetical citation is outside the quotation mark. The period is right after the citation. None of this goes into or inside the quotation. Now, there are a couple of things you need to realize about citing the Bible as a single source. First, notice that we put the version in our in-text citation and we italicize it. Notice the comma. Notice that our Bible verse is abbreviated to Corinthians 5.21. Notice that we do not use a colon. We use a period. There's something interesting that I also want to tell you, and we'll cover it later in class. But I want you to notice how my explanation of the quote is longer than my quotation. You should always remember this. Whenever you have a quotation, your explanation of that quotation, your unpacking of that quotation or citation, whether it's a paraphrase, should always be longer and more developed than your quotation. Now, watch me do it in real time. However, whoops, let me be grammatically correct. An English major. And I like the New American Standard version better than the King James version. And I should say New American Standard. And like any good English person, I should italicize them. Ta-da! NASB, or for New American Standard Version, New American Standard Bible, is more poetic in my mind. Thus, it reads. And of course, deal with some editing issues. Ta-da! Put my quotations here. Get rid of my period. Put my quotation. Put New American Standard, comma, 2 Corinthians, abbreviated of course, 5.21, close parenthesis, put my period. At the end, I italicize, and at this point, I would explain how much more poetical the NASB is than the King James Version. But, whoops, since you're probably Getting bored. I'll stop now.